You probably feel like the years are suddenly slipping through your fingers, moving faster than they ever did before. But you aren't actually running out of time. Your brain has simply stopped deeply encoding your experiences, creating a powerful psychological illusion. As a helpful expert drawing directly on the sources provided, I'm going to take you on a psychological exploration into why your days seem to blur together and how you can trick your brain into slowing time back down. Many people assume that time speeds up simply as an inevitable consequence of aging, but the neuroscience points to something much more controllable. Our modern digital habits are quietly rewiring our attention and memory. When you are trapped in rapid dopamine cycles, weeks blur together because constant stimulation actually compresses memory formation. Today, we are going to break down the mechanics of this time illusion and explore the specific, counterintuitive steps you can take to make your life feel fuller and slower again. To understand why time feels so incredibly fast right now, we first have to understand how your brain records the story of your life. Think about why you cannot remember being a baby. It is not because your infant brain was completely incapable of learning. Experiments have proven that even 2-month-old babies can form memories and recall them days later. However, the hippocampus, which is the engine of memory formation, was still building connections to your prefrontal cortex. More importantly, your baby brain was experiencing an explosion of new neurons called neurogenesis. Every time a new neuron integrated into an existing circuit, it disrupted the connections that were already there, effectively overwriting your early memories because your brain was too busy growing to save them. Furthermore, without language to provide a structural skeleton, your earliest experiences were like water without a container. They existed purely in the moment, and then they were gone. As adults, we are no longer experiencing rapid neurogenesis, but we are effectively doing the exact same thing to our memories through constant digital overstimulation. Your brain was never designed to process hundreds of fast-moving videos every single day. Short-form content trains your brain to expect novelty every few seconds, delivering a tiny dopamine hit with every swipe. This creates artificial dopamine overload, which conditions your brain to expect high-intensity rewards for very low effort. Because your brain is flooded with this constant input, you stop deeply encoding your daily experiences. You might spend hours consuming information, opening 20 tabs, watching videos, reading posts, but you spend almost no time actually processing or applying any of it. This passive consumption creates a dangerous illusion of learning. Without active usage, the knowledge just becomes mental clutter. You are constantly occupied, but you are never truly mentally engaged, leading to shallow attention and shallow satisfaction. When your brain processes massive amounts of stimulation, but understands almost nothing deeply, your daily memories are not strongly encoded. And as a result, your perception of time compresses and evaporates. Another major reason your days feel like an exhausting blur is our modern addiction to multitasking, which is in reality just rapid task switching. You might watch a video while studying, reply to messages during work, or scroll while eating, meaning your brain never fully engages with any single thing. Every time your attention breaks and switches, you leave behind cognitive residue, meaning a part of your attention stays stuck on the previous distraction. This creates constant mental tension and cognitive fatigue. At the end of the day, your brain feels completely overloaded despite having accomplished very little. And because your attention was fragmented into 100 different directions, the entire day fades from your memory without leaving a meaningful trace. So, how do we reverse this illusion and trick our brains into slowing time down? The answer lies in restoring your brain's reward sensitivity, extending your deep memory encoding, and returning to natural cognitive rhythms. The first step is environmental reprogramming. You cannot rely on willpower alone to stop overstimulation, because your environment will almost always beat your motivation. Instead, use friction to your advantage. Delete short-form apps, turn your screen's grayscale, and create physical distance between yourself and your phone. By reducing these massive dopamine drains, you stop training your brain for rapid attention switching. When you force your attention to become intentional again, an unexpected and incredible benefit emerges. Your time perception changes. When you are no longer trapped in rapid dopamine cycles, life starts feeling slower and fuller. You notice details more, and conversations feel far more present because your brain has finally resumed deeply encoding your experiences. The second step is actively embracing boredom. Modern life treats boredom like an absolute emergency. We reach for our phones the second we are waiting in line or using the bathroom. However, silence and empty space are biologically necessary for your mind. Moments of boredom activate internal processing and deeper thinking. Many of your best insights happen when stimulation stops, because the brain finally gets the room it needs to connect ideas. If you continuously flood your mind with digital content, your thoughts never fully develop, and you become a passive consumer of endless inputs. Rebuilding your tolerance for boredom gives your brain the processing room it desperately needs to make sense of the day, which anchors your experiences deeply into your memory. The third step is reclaiming the natural rhythm of the night. To truly slow down your mind, we have to look at how ancient humans lived. For over 300,000 years, humans spent half their lives in near total darkness. Before the industrial age, humans experienced what historical records call first sleep and second sleep. They slept for about 4 hours, woke up for a period of quiet wakefulness in the middle of the night, and then slept again until dawn. During this quiet watch in the dark, people experienced elevated levels of prolactin, putting them in a peaceful, reflective, and almost meditative state of consciousness. Today, artificial light and late-night screen time suppress our body's production of melatonin, destroying our circadian rhythms and completely eliminating this quiet, reflective phase of human consciousness. To give your brain the deep recovery it requires to encode time properly, you must reduce your screen exposure before bed. Even just 30 minutes of darkness and calmness without your phone can drastically improve your sleep quality, allowing your brain to clear metabolic waste and properly consolidate the memories of your day. The final step is committing to single tasking and active application. You must intentionally retrain your brain to tolerate the slower pace of normal life. Practice spending just 20 to 30 minutes a day, doing one single activity without switching tasks, such as reading, journaling, or taking a long walk. Try eating one meal a day completely without screens. When you learn something new, apply it immediately to signal to your brain that the information actually has value, which forms much stronger neural pathways. In conclusion, a real reset of your dopamine and attention is not about removing pleasure from your life. It is about restoring sensitivity, depth, and presence. When you protect your attention carefully, you stop needing non-stop stimulation just to feel okay. Your mind feels less chaotic, and you regain the ability to focus voluntarily. You are not running out of time. Your brain is just overloaded. Take action today by implementing just one of these habits, like a screen-free meal or a short, unplugged walk, to begin rebuilding your cognitive focus. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you own in the modern world, so protect it carefully.